I saw the opportunity to engage customers with their energy usage, bring their energy usage down, and ultimately support in that mission of a greener future for everybody.
So Katie, what's OVO's outlook on AI?
We're definitely going back to the values, do what's right, build something great and find a better way. But also that it's not new for us. Energy suppliers need to be able to accurately forecast what the energy demand will be from our customers so that we can ensure that we can serve them through the winter, through the summer, through the winter. And so we've been using, AI-based methods, the ones that came before generative AI, since the very, very early days to make sure that we were running our business sustainably. And we've been using it since for things like customer personalisation, the energy insights into their smart meter usage, and now into how we support our customers with even better service.
You mentioned at the beginning your background in mathematics and obviously your love of numbers and also what it means within technology. Is there a point where you just thought, wow, AI is going to have a profound impact on the way we work? And has that happened whilst you've been within OVO?
Both before and at OVO. It was one of the reasons I joined. I saw the opportunity. This is quite technical now, so I'll have to...
I'll try to keep up.
Yeah, no, I'll just try and deconstruct some of the jargon. Right, the UK was going through an infrastructure upgrade to move from a traditional energy metering system to smart meters.
Oh, I remember that.
It's still ongoing because there's still some folk, because it's an opt-in system, who haven't necessarily opted in to have a smart meter installed in their home instead of a traditional meter. What you get, A, is convenience for the customer in terms of not having to send their meter reads in manually, so they get more accurate billing. But also you get more data, which means more opportunity for insight. And so then when you look at the climate crisis that we're facing, where you have detailed data about customers' energy usage, you can use it to help them understand where their energy spend went, which can reduce their costs, but also reduce their carbon. And so the opportunity for AI to actually deconstruct that smart meter data into estimates of what the end use of consumption was, I saw the opportunity to engage customers with their energy usage, bring their energy usage down, and ultimately support in that mission of a greener future for everybody. And that's something that at OVO, with our customer base, we've actually been able to scale because we have the applications, the technology and the ecosystem to deliver on that vision.
Where you've actually gone through some of these journeys, if you had somebody come over to you now and said, what do I need to do before I embark on an AI journey? Are there any sort of data foundations that you would say to somebody, you should do this, or you should go and think about it in a different way? What would your recommendations be?
I think a lot of folk might run the risk of thinking that they need to do a big detailed data cleanup program of all of their data before they can get any value from AI. And it is true that when you were looking at the more traditional machine learning based approaches, where basically bad data in meant you learnt bad outcomes, rubbish in, rubbish out type thing, you did have to have really high quality data to get benefit from AI. But with the foundational AI models like Gemini that have been developed independently, actually it's much more about the way you use them, the prompts that you set up, and then of course your use case and your effective evaluation of it. So you still need your core business metrics super solid, but in terms of the core data that goes into it, it needs to be accessible. But actually with these foundational models, you don't necessarily have that same paradigm of having to do big data cleanup. That said, to anyone from my company out there, when I say we need to improve our data, we really do need to improve our data. It is still important to protect data and have high quality data, but it's not quite the same stage gate for AI as it used to be because of these generative AI advancements. What I would say is the generative AI advancements mean that it's much more of a commodity now. There is a lot more tooling that's in the hands of all of our teams and our people and even our customers. And so before you embark on an AI journey, you actually need to realise that others might have started the AI journey before you. And so if you're thinking about it, you probably need to think about how you manage your risks around AI, what your guidelines should be for use of AI within your organisation so that you can empower them and protect them and have the right level of governance.
So if I was to summarise then, data cleanup is important, but it's not paramount. When you think of an AI journey, it's other things such as data governance, guardrails. What is it you're trying to achieve?
That's right. And it's also not the case that you can use those foundational generative AI models for every AI use case. Like, you've always got to think about what the right tool for the right job is. So Gemini is, really great for helping us get off that blank sheet of paper and spin up new documents and ideas, or to summarise existing documents. But when you want to do an energy forecast, you wouldn't necessarily use a generative AI model. You can go back to the more kind of classical techniques for those.